Hello, 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 hello. Hi, how are you? Hope you've had a good week. Hope everything is wonderful. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the show. My name is Charles, Charlie Boy, Charles. Okay, Kai. Yes, it's me. We are here. We are doing what needs to be done. My dear, I have no comment. If I speak, hey, Ahushiela Manya. I have seen. What have I done to you? I'm the Igbo man. I'm the Igbo homosexual. I'm just living my life. At the end of the day, I haven't done anything wrong to anybody. I'm just being myself. I'm just doing what needs to be done. I'm just navigating this world in the best way possible and how best I know to do it, if you know what I mean. Okay. And at the same time, I just feel like some people are in their feelings, and at the same time, people will insult you and still want something from a gay man. Can someone make it make sense to me? It does not make any sense to me. So I have two experiences this week. I will start with the one that happened at the gym this week. This happens all the time. So I feel like whenever you are in a place, you need to learn the etiquette, learn what people do there. You respect other people, you respect their spaces, you don't act like the place belongs to you, like you are in your home and everybody should be your servant. So there's these three people. They came in and they were walking out. I had finished what I was doing. I then wanted to walk past them to go stretch, and they were blocking the area. It's such a big space. There I was saying excuse me to them. They ignored me. So I had to walk. And then the guy they pretended like I never existed. And I'm like, okay. I just said to myself, devil, not today. Am I that invisible? So I went to the other section. I stretched. And I was saying to myself, why is it that this happens all the time? Then the next day, I came in to work out. Towards the end, there's should I call it a yoga room? It's an exercise room, actually. So I went in there. You can stretch there as well. I went in there. I was going in there to stretch, and there's a leg press machine next to the entrance. And this boy was standing there blocking the entrance. I said, excuse me. And he just stood there like I was not a human being. I said, excuse me. And then reluctantly, he moved and went into the other section of the place. I just got a text message on my phone. I think I should have just dropped my phone, but I wanted to use my phone because I want to read something from my phone anyway. He moved. I went in. How is it that when I finished, carried my bag, sorry, to leave the gym, this boy was in front of the turnstile? Why are you in front of the turnstile? And then I thought he wanted to leave the gym. So I waited for him to go. He didn't. He dropped his protein shake that he had bought from the vend machine and then behaved one weird way. So I looked at him. I looked at his neck. His neck has like this like very dark things on his neck and whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, maybe the universe is telling me something today. I just behaved myself. I left. I know this is a weird story, but people just do things. Anyway, let's get into the people who send me messages, who some of them have insulted me on social media, on TikTok, and they come to my DM to ask for help. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I have said this so many times. There is nothing wrong with asking for help, but there's something wrong and everything wrong when you are asking for help. You are asking for help with entitlement, especially some of you who have insulted queer people. I just have a few messages that I want to read to you. Let me get my phone. Okay. One of them said, I just love your happiness. Please, I need your help. My shop rent is due. Please help me. I'm tired of crying. Okay. This is actually not a bad message, and I don't see anything wrong with this, but I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. Okay. I will reserve what I want to say. The next message that I received is a long one. It says, Hi, big bro. How is life with you generally? Please, I'm sorry coming to your DM. Have not done this before, but I always watch you on live. Could you please help me with some funds? I want to get an apartment for myself this month. because I'm staying with my cousins and my salary for this February will come in tomorrow or next tomorrow. But it can't be enough for me. I just need helping hands to secure my privacy. My dear, all I'm going to say about the first message is I understand you have a problem and things are not okay, but I have my own problems as well. I have relatives, I have friends, I have people that need help. Do you think I don't have my personal problems? Like I don't have bills to pay. I don't understand why people think it's okay for you to not like someone that is gay, but you're coming to their DM. I'm not saying this first message. I'm not saying that this first message is like that, but it's just shocking. The second message, my dear, if you don't have money to rent a place, why are you renting? If you cannot afford to live alone, why do you want to rent a place? You need to cut your clothes according to your size. My dear, I am not responsible for anybody. It is not my responsibility. In as much as I have helped people and I will never ever stop helping, it is not my responsibility. Because some of you who send these messages sometimes actually make me laugh. Because you are the same people who will insult and say crazy things. And then you expect queer people to give you their hard earned money. How is that even possible? Which one is it? Am I a sinner, a taboo? What am I? Or am I your helper? So basically, my money is good, but who I am is not good. My dear, leave me alone. Leave me alone. If I feel like I have the money or I want to help, then I will go ahead to help. I cannot solve the problems of the world or the problems of Nigerians. My dear, I haven't even finished solving my own problems. Life is hard. Life has been unfair to me. I have said this so many times on numerous occasions. I have said this. I have friends. My friend literally sent me a voice note today thinking that I haven't been calling, that they haven't heard from me, and all of these things, as if I deserted them, as if I left them, as if I don't think of them. But it's because of life is busy. And when I have my free time, I come on TikTok sometimes and then I do whatever. My dear, I have people in my life who need help, and I haven't been able to help them either. Of course, on this platform as a community, whenever there is a need for us to help, I'm going to do that. We are going to do that. But don't be coming to me and tell me all of this nonsense. My dear, let's go into the topic of today. Thank you so much for listening to the last episode and doing what needs to be done. Your support is appreciated. All our allies, all the people who commented, even on the Facebook, even on the YouTube page and things like this. I am so grateful. I am so thankful that you took the time to listen. You know who you are, and I value your support. I greatly appreciate you. You are the one. You are the best. You are wonderful. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So let's get into what we are talking about today. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yes. Yes. Queer love in an unaccepting society. That's what we're talking today. Navigating relationships, romance, and visibility. As a queer person, what is it for you? How has it been for you? How has it been for you? You know what I'm saying? How has it been for you? The thing is, as someone, this is not only me, I'm just talking generally here, especially if you are someone who grew up in an African household or amongst Black people. Our development and experiences with love is totally different from our straight counterparts, if that makes any sense at all. What I'm saying here is finding love can be difficult, depending on your generation and when you grew up. Maybe it is different now because I left secondary school years ago, so I don't know how it is. And I left university years ago as well. But I remember being 19 years old, 16, 17, 20, 21, and not being able to express how I felt to friends. Like if I am having a crush or I'm crushing on a boy, I'm not able to say those things. That is when your difficulty in relation to queer love and dating starts. That's when your trouble starts. Because at that point in time, because of our society, you are not able to love in the way other people do. I remember when I was at University of Maiduguri, it was my first year, and it was our second semester. A few boys were liking girls, and we're talking about the girls. They will go to the female hostels. It was a Northern University, so sometimes they don't allow you to go into the female hostels. So you'll be at the fence and things like this. They will go to meet their girlfriends, and sometimes I will pretend to go to do that, but I didn't have the opportunity to do it like my friends. So that was the time I realized that my queer love and my queer joy in terms of finding relationship and dating and things like this is going to be wahala. But at that point in time, I never saw it the way I saw it now. Because that young guy that I was, that student that I was trying to like, I used to like have this box tie that I had and was doing all the things was so I was repressing everything about me because I wasn't able to express at all. And that was a horrible situation. Can we just then get into the main nitty-gritty of it? Which is the realities of queer dating, for instance, in countries like Nigeria and beyond, and things like this, and the difficulties of openly dating in a conservative. Oh God, what's wrong with you? Sometimes you want to pronounce words. It's a problem. It's wahala. It's a big case. The difficult, so dating and beyond, as I said, the difficulties of openly dating in a conservative society, finding love in secret, the risks and limitations of queer relationships in unsafe environments, and the role of online dating and social media in connecting with LGBTQIA plus individuals. These are things we're going to talk about. We're going to just break it down in my best possible way. Because at the end of the day, these are the challenges we face as queer people. Whether you are a trans man, trans woman, gay man, a lesbian woman, a non-binary queen or non-binary king, and all of these things, these are the challenges we face. These are the things we face, and it can be difficulty. Oh God, it can be difficult. Okay, let's talk about the reality of queer dating in Nigeria, beyond, and in Africa. It is not easy. It is not easy. I know that now that people find a way to meet. So you look at somewhere like Nigeria. When I used to do mine, I remember I have told this story on numerous occasions. I went to meet this man in Abuja. I know, I'm telling that, yeah, this was when we had Gay Royal, Man Jam, Out Personal, Yahoo Messenger, and what else? Gaydar. Adam for Adam is still there. Gaydar is still here as well. But these were the things I was using at the time. So I was chatting to this man. We then went into Yahoo Messenger. We were talking, and he was older. So I said to him, he said, "Oh, come and meet me." So it was Zone 2 in Abuja, the street just directly behind Wuse Hospital in Abuja, if you know where this is, if you're from Nigeria and you live in Abuja. So that's where I said to him to meet. And there was a Tetrazini at the time there. So I arrived an hour earlier, surveyed the place. I did a massive survey because I was scared. I was making sure that my safety is good. My safety was paramount to me because you don't know who is who. So I arrived there, I stood there, and then when he came, I got there, I spoke to him for a while, and we talked. And that was it. We never did anything. It is hard to date in certain societies, especially societies like Nigeria, Ghana, and most places in Africa, if you are queer, because in most cases, people do things that they call keto, especially now, is even worse. So you go to meet people in the name of dating, they will set you up and now demand a ransom from your family and loved ones or your friends. And in most cases, the money that they demand can be something that you are never ever going to be able to pay. And in some cases, even if they are not demanding money from your family, it can be a very dangerous situation for you where your life may just be taken away from you abruptly. So a lot of people are very careful. And I say this all the time, that if you are trying to date in a society like Nigeria, even in South Africa as a country that is okay for you to get married as a man and it is legal there to get married for same-sex couples and things like this, there have been a lot of weird and crazy shit happen to queer people. I mean, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And it's a country where they say that it is accepting, but people that are going to move mad are going to move mad, especially if they are in a society where they think and they know that it may be easier and possible for them to get away with bullshit. They are going to try that bullshit. So this is the difficulties we face dating in societies like this. And people are careful who they meet, and trust is always an issue. I have read and heard a lot of weird, horrible stories that has happened to gay men in Africa, in Nigeria, and things like this. And it is never, ever a good read. So it is always important to urge and move with caution. Proceed with caution. It is difficult. For me, I never really dated in Nigeria. When I lived in Nigeria, I never really did so. I never, ever. I met people, but I was in a situation whereby I always do not want to be in a compromising position where I am in a place whereby I'm in trouble, and then that will be the end of me, or I get maimed and things like this, because you never know. You never know. It is mad out there. In regards to me mentioning like the finding love, the risk and limitations of queer relationship in unsafe environments. Finding love, I don't know. How do you guys do it? How do you do it? Let me tell you something. It took a lot of mental work for me to be in a place whereby I started to trust somebody, to be in a relationship with them. Because of the things that has happened to me and the things that I have seen around me. So finding love in situations like this, and where you feel like you can trust a human being, where you've come from trauma, from hate, from people telling you that who you are is not important, you have to find that love within yourself first before you can start to want to love another human being, before you can want to start to give another human being the chance to love you, to feel comfortable around them, to know that they are not going to hurt you, to know that it is safe for you. And let me tell you, there is nothing that is as hard as trying to find relationship in secret, because you are not able to express yourself. So most times, even people that are queer, when they are looking for love, they find it difficult to express themselves, because if you live in Nigeria, how the fuck are you going to then go to somewhere that is open and say to someone, oh, I'm gay? Because everything is done in secret. So sometimes this allows for people to move mad in a way whereby it is detriment to other queer people as well. I just feel like there's a lot of limitations for us. There's a lot of limitations for us, and it is unsafe to do so. And it really, really does break my heart. I knew what I went through. Like, there are many times where I feel like, oh my God, I love this person, I like this person, and I will know that they are gay. My gaydar will be like, tick, 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 tick. But boy, I will never, ever dare. I did not dare, because this was when we did not have like Instagram and TikTok and all of these things. I think like now with TikTok and Instagram and all of these things, it is a lot more somewhat, not easy, but somewhat easier somehow for people to connect. Because then, for instance, if you come to somewhere like my platform and things like this, you know that a lot of people who come there, maybe even if they are not gay, they are allies. So you can just like look at people and see how you're going to meet with Instagram and things like this. Maybe it has become easier. And this is where I'm segueing into the role of online dating and social media in connecting LGBTQIA plus people, because it has helped a lot, especially in countries like Nigeria now. But even at that, you still need to proceed with caution. You still need to be careful. I remember a few friends of mine telling me how they connected with people on social media like Instagram, One of my friend actually started dating someone that he started chatting to through Instagram. And I've known people who have connected with other queer folks via Facebook, via TikTok, via so many apps. And there's other apps now that you can use, like Gator, like Scruff, like Growler, like man, there's so many of them that I can remember on top of my head. There's just so many. There is Jacked, there is Hinge, there is Badoo. And even if you are not looking for dating on these apps, you can use them to make friends. You don't have to sleep with anybody. I remember one time I was chatting to this crusty, dusty man in Manchester on Grindr, and he was like, I know Grindr is a hookup app. And I'm like, I'm not looking to hook up. I can be okay to come and have dinner with you or we talk, but I'm not looking to sleep with you. I know I sound stupid because Grindr is a hookup app, but I wasn't looking for that. And most of the times I don't even reply to people there. I think that sometimes social media, not sometimes, generally, social media has done a lot for people in Africa and in Nigeria who are queer to be able to connect with people, to be able to have a community that they can come to and be able to talk to people. Now, it's still difficult because I've heard some really, really mad story because there's still danger in that, where people said that they were arrested by the police and they want to go into their phone to check the gay apps that they have so that they can use it against them. And that is a horrible, horrible situation to be in. I want to be able to love openly. I will tell you, I've shared a little bit of this. Like for me, I met my guy online. It was through online dating. And look at where we are. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I don't know if this is going to last forever. I don't know. But I do hope that it lasts as long as it can and forever. Hopefully, I don't know. But what I'm saying, if it wasn't for the power of online dating, because of where I was at the time, I wasn't able to go, for instance, to a gay bar and be okay and just sit there. I can do that now, where I can go to a gay bar and sit down there and chat up to men. But at the time, I was carrying my insecurities with who I am and the trouble that my siblings were giving to me, especially the men, especially my brothers were giving to me. So I wasn't able to be comfortable to go to gay bars and things like this. Even if I did, whenever I went, I always thought that somebody that knew my older brother will come in there or see me going into one of those places and then call my brother in London and tell him, oh, I saw your brother Charles going into a gay bar. I don't know why I did that. Let me not lie to you. I still hate myself for doing that. But I am giving myself the grace because everyone is older than me. Everyone told me what to do in my family. I listened. I wanted to be the good brother. I said if I listen to them and do what they want me to do and follow their lead, they are going to love me unconditionally. Things are going to be okay for me. They will be there to protect me, ask me how I am. Do you know what it feels like when you have older brothers and you look up to them and you think like everything is good? Like the way my nephew looks up to me. And can you imagine if I turn back to disappoint him? Do you know what that will feel like? So those were the things I was going through. Now, I couldn't care less. I don't fucking care. Charles does not care. If I hadn't met my man now, I can go to a gay bar, sit down there, get my drinks, and sit there. If a man talks to me, if I like them, I talk to them. If I don't like them, I don't talk to them. So, of course, you're not able to do something like this in a society like Niger. You can't do it. Niger is mad in that respect. In a lot of African countries, that is why some of them, because of I'm living my life with my full chest, I'm saying that, and I'm saying that I'm a homosexual man, I'm a gay man, and I've accepted myself. I'm not hiding. Some of them who are fighting with their internalized homophobia, who are not okay with who they are, feel some type of way about it. They do. They do. But me, I don't freaking care. I don't. And there's something that a lot of our people do, which is really, really weird to me, where you will see someone that is gay. You're saying to me, are you a woman? What gender are you? Are you fucking mad? Did your mother give birth to you under a mango tree and that mango dropped on your head when they give birth to you. That's why some of you don't have common sense. Because why are you looking at me as a fully grown man with beard, probably some vegetation on my chest, and you're asking me if I'm a woman? Is everybody okay? Is everything okay at home? I do not understand that. And this is the problem. That is why a lot of gay, as I call them, gay men and their wives, there are a lot of them all over Africa, all over Nigeria, every fucking where they are. Some of them come on my TikTok live. They try to insult me just to absorb themselves so that people will not think that they are gay. But you are a homosexual. I am going to say to you, the role of online dating and social media in connecting LGBTQIA plus individuals is going to help you. Utilize it. I understand that society has made you to go and get married to someone's daughter and make their life miserable and sleep with men behind their backs. You have done that. But what you're not going to do is come here and insult queer people. If I happen to know that you are a homosexual and you are married to a woman, you are not respecting yourself, you are coming to insult LGBTQIA plus individuals, I am going to be responsible for your downfall because you don't wish anything good for yourself, because you don't have common sense. Yes, 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 yes. I wish that some of us will understand that as a gay man, as a lesbian, as a trans woman, as a trans man, as a trans woman, you live in Nigeria, non-binary, you live in Nigeria, you live in Africa, you can still date, but be extremely careful how you navigate because of keto. Even with the online dating, please, please. Can we talk about love, safety, and visibility? Did you hear that? Love, safety is paramount. Absolutely important, extremely. Our safety is one of the biggest things that I advocate every time. You need to always proceed with caution. When you are finding love, when you are trying to be visible, if you live in any of the African countries or in communities where people are mad all over the world, you need to be careful, especially when you are with someone. For instance, we went to a Valentine dinner the other day as a gay couple. I can do that in this part of the world. We were sitting at the table talking, and my guy brought his two hands, I brought mine, and we held each other. You can do it here because you are in a society where you can be yourself. But in Nigeria, you can never, ever be visible. There's no how to navigate this. There's no way about it. Today on TikTok, this person came on TikTok live. It wasn't this person, actually. Why am I saying this person? It was Abby Love. Was saying something about where they now go after young kids and people that are effeminate. So if you are a man and you are feminine presenting, then they will want to attack you and want to maim you and things like this. And that is absolutely horrible. Can you then imagine if you are in a relationship with a man, you are two men or two women, you're trying to exhibit and do some PDA? My dear, they want to maim you. So that is something we need to always think about. We need to also think about the importance of safe spaces for queer couples. And this is what I'm trying to say. You need to go to spaces where you are safe. If you live in Nigeria, where are you going to go? I don't even know. But maybe there's a place where you can make friends with other gay couples and people and queer people and things like this to be able to have these conversations and be in a situation whereby you feel safe as a queer couple. I remember seeing a few YouTube videos a long time ago where there was a few lesbian couples and queer people where they were in this space in someone's flat. And that really, really made me so happy. There is a problem in the sense that we always, as queer people that are from Africa and people of African descent, balancing of self-expression with the fear of discrimination and judgment is always a conflict for us. So you're trying to express yourself, but you have the fear of discrimination and the fear of judgment, and you're not able to balance this. Because sometimes you feel like, oh, if I over express myself, people are going to attack me and things like this. For me, the reason why I'm able to do what I am doing and feel okay with myself is because I'm in a space. I'm privileged in that sense because I'm in a space whereby I can express myself unapologetically and not be in danger. And I can pay my way. I can feed myself. My parents, my brothers, my sisters are not responsible for my upkeep. Does that make any sense? So in that sense, I'm able to balance things. But I feel like if you are a couple that lives in somewhere like Nigeria and certain parts of the world in Africa and other places where you are marginalized extremely, it becomes a massive conflict for you to express yourself and not have any fear of discrimination and judgments. And I see you. We see you. But you can do it in your little communities by the form of social media and connecting on other queer platforms and getting to know each other if you live in societies where both of you can then meet each other. If you are in Nigeria and you come on a platform that is queer, all of you can find a way to make sure that everybody there is safe and reasonable and responsible. And then you try to go to somewhere where you can express yourself in community. That can be a better way to do that as well. Or you can make friends whereby you can then be able to do things in a much, much more organic way and be happy. Like a lot of people have met on my TikTok platform and things like this, and YouTube and Instagram, where they have cultivated a good workspace with our allies and friends. And this is the most important thing for us as well, because we want to be in community. And for you to be in community as well, it is always important for you to be with people that you can trust. Absolutely. Because you don't want to be in spaces where you go to, all of a sudden, you feel like you are in danger, if you know what I mean. Can we talk about queer relationships? Building strong queer relationships. It is difficult if you are in certain societies, and we know this, it's difficult for you to meet people that you can trust. Trust is the key word here. Trust is the key word here. Because for me, building a strong queer relationship requires more than you doing vibes. Let me use myself as an example. The guy I'm seeing, my man, I know how long it took us to get where we are today. It took a long time for me to build that trust, for me to know that he has my back and that I have his back. It's not something that happens overnight. It is not something that you can wake up one day and say, oh, I found someone. We're just going to love each other. We're just going to be lovey-dovey. It's just going to be perfect. Everything is going to be amazing. We are a gay couple. Hell to the no. Hell to the fucking no. Because it does not work that way. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy, it takes sacrifices, it takes a lot of understanding and emotional maturity to be able to do so. So you need to look at each other, know what you like. And I am telling you, if you are in a business of trying to date someone that you're going to change, it is never going to work. Because I'm not here to want to change somebody. I'm not here to be with somebody that wants to micromanage me. I'm not here to want to date someone that feel like they want to control my every move. Who wants to say that I can't see my friends, I can't make friends and things like that? No. So you have to build that queer relationship and have a respect between the two of you. Say, for instance, you are from Africa and your partner is white or is Caucasian or is from wherever in the world and your culture is different. That person needs to be able to understand that there is intersectionality there. And because of your culture, you may be going through different things. And one thing I would say to you, I am extremely lucky in that respect because the person that I'm with totally understands this. Sometimes he goes above and beyond to check certain things, and he'll be like, "Oh, this is this," and that's really, really refreshing and satisfying for me. So it has to be someone that fully supports you and you fully support them. Because why I'm saying this is that finding emotional support and understanding in a partner is something that you need to navigate in a way whereby you look at the person, as I was saying, you look at them, think about them, know something about them, get to know them. Conversations. You need to talk a lot. Ask questions. Ask each other's questions. Be interested in one another. Get to learn about one another. Get to learn about their family. Get to learn about their struggles, their success, their failures, their wins, their losses, the things they like, the things they don't like, their friends, their enemies. You may not be friends with them, but at least try to have an interest. If you're going to love someone, you should love every bit of them. With that, you'll be able to build a strong bond, a strong emotional support, and a strong understanding. I feel like people should understand the fact that you can choose a family in someone that you are in a queer relationship with. Like me, this man is my family. Whether it ends today, he's always going to be my family. He's my family. My friends are my family. The friends that I meet, when you meet friends as well, you get to a point where when you've known people for a while, you grow together. You know them, they know things about you, respect you, care for you, understand you, wants the best for you. And I am going to tell you this. In regards to all of this, you should remind yourself and know that the importance of self-love is key in a relationship and the confidence before entering in a relationship. Because the truth of the matter is, if you don't have the confidence, you don't love yourself, there is no self-love. There's no need for you to be in a relationship. Because I am going to be honest with you and to you and all of you and everyone. Nobody is responsible for your happiness. Nobody is responsible for your self-love. Not your mother, not your father, not your uncle, not your sisters, not your husband, not your wife, not your partner. You have to be okay with you from within, especially when you are an adult and you're looking to date. If you don't love yourself, who is going to love you? Nobody's responsible for that. So find a way to build your confidence and self-love. There's so many things to do to get there. Pick a book, listen to a lot of podcasts, talk to people with common sense, make the right friends, have the right people around you, read self-love books, listen to self-love podcasts and things like this. Listen to people that will enrich your soul, that will make you whole. Because if you get to that stage and you go into a relationship, it will be amazing for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're just going to look into the advice. Advice, yeah. Why am I saying the advice? Is that right? Is that right? Advice for navigating queer love in a difficult society. What is my advice? Be careful. Be aware. Be alert. Don't be gullible. Don't trust easily. Do not trust easily. They need to gain your trust, not demand it. Don't give it to them easy. Be careful. Let them prove it to you that they are in it for the long run. Don't go and be saying, oh, I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. While you don't know anything about them. Get to know them. Because when you live in a difficult society, a society that is homophobic, it can be harmful to you. Because even the person that you may be trying to go into the relationship with may not really love themselves. Some people say this, hot people. They may be looking to trauma dump on somebody else in a negative way. And you don't need that. You need to also be able to build healthy communication and trust in your relationship, be it friendship. How do you do that? By communicating, by speaking your mind. If something is wrong, don't bear grudges, just say it. Be honest about how you feel. Communicate with your partner. Communication. Because some of you don't communicate. You don't express how you feel. Because when you start to communicate, that's when you build the trust. That's when you build the trust. I say this to my niece and my nephew all the time whenever I have conversations with them. There are times when they'll be like, oh, my daddy did this, my mommy did this, I'm not able to say this. I'm like, no, you need to tell your mommy how you feel about this. Tell them what happened. Express yourself. You don't need to be shouting, but just express yourself. Tell me how you feel. communicate with me, be open with me. I want you to know that you have trust in me. This is not only in romantic relationships, in platonic relationships, family relationships. Communication is key because some of you don't communicate. And if you don't communicate with someone, how are you able to gain any trust and grow with them? You need to find happiness in love despite the societal pressure. You need to just make yourself to feel happiness. By making yourself to feel happiness, happiness is not a habit, but I mean like finding self-love and being okay with yourself and being around the right people can create an environment for you to be happy and thrive. And I need you to know that you need to learn how to protect your mental well-being, your mental and your mental and emotional well-being. Because let me tell you, societies that are difficult and homophobic and all of these things can drain you, can suck out the life in you, suck out the life out of you. What you need to do is absorb yourself from negative press, watching videos that are harmful to queer people, reading stories that are harmful to queer people. Do not read things like that. Read a good queer story. There's this thing my partner always reads. I will ask him. It's a website. I think it's called, I can't remember. It starts with N. I can't remember the name of this website where he reads all these queer love stories and all of these things. He's really, really amazing. He loves to read it. Read things like that. You can Google and look for where to read things about queer happiness, queer love, how to protect my mental and emotional well-being as a queer person and things like this. There's so many things for you to do. I do a lot for my mental well-being when it comes to how I feel. I have said this before. I don't shy away from it. Sometimes I do therapy, but in most cases, I go for a walk. I listen to the music that I like to listen to. I take my time on my day off and when I'm not working. I luxuriate. I take my time in the shower. I do a lot of self-love. I just relax. I watch a good, great comedy that will make me laugh just to unwind. And sometimes when I can afford it, I travel, I go on holiday, I go to a spa. There's so many things. Taking care of your mental well-being can come in so many ways. And my dear, don't be around negative, wayward, good for nothing mofos because you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it at all. At all. You don't need it. All I'm going to say to you is that you are amazing. You need to know that you are fab. You are valid. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need their acceptance. Do not be ashamed. Because once you do all of these things for yourself, you begin to gain a better emotional balance and well-being. I am encouraging you today that you are not wrong. I am telling you, you are not wrong. You are who you are. Who you are is wonderful, is unique, is smart, is intelligent, is special. There is nothing wrong with you. You are beautiful as you are. I am encouraging you to share your experiences with dating and relationships and things like this. Give me some highlights of the power of love and resilience in yourself. And I'm going to tell you something that there is power in love and resilience in the LGBTQIA plus community because united we stand. If we stand together and love one another, we are powerful as a united front, as a community. We are. That is why we are building the community that we are building. That is why we are saying we are going to live our lives unapologetically, whether you morphos like it or not. That is why it makes people uncomfortable when they come on our platforms and see us living our lives unapologetically. It rubs them the wrong way because they want to see you crying, sad, miserable, lonely, broke, sick, poor, crawling on your knees, begging for help. That is what they want to see. They don't want to see you thriving, happy, amazing, wonderful. beautiful, cute, sexy, everything good. We are everything good. We are everything amazing. So do not despair. Do not despair. Coming from Charles to you, resilience, persistent, determination. Absolutely be unapologetically you. Party in the rain if you want to. Go out in the sunshine. If you can't do it because you live in a society where you cannot do it in your bedroom. Dance there, form a community in private, but enjoy yourself and always be in community. Okay? I'm urging you to listen now, share your thoughts, and let's have, as always, have wonderful conversations. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for always being here with us, for always being here with me. You are amazing. I have been Charles. I will see you in the next episode. Continue, as always, to have an amazing and wonderful time. Love is love. We love us for real. See you in the next episode. Bye for now.